Hello everybody. Today we're going to be looking at two updates for the NextGEOSS Data Hub: advanced search functionality with CKAN and integrated user feedback using Nimbus. So first, to understand how the search is working, we're first going to look at the journey the data takes from source through the Data Hub to the consumer of that data. So starting on the left-hand side of this diagram, we can see the different sources of data that feed into the Data Hub. These might be satellite images from the Copernicus program or Sentinel missions, or the data might also give a numerical measure of temperature or pollution for a certain location. The data is going to be organised into areas such as marine, land, or atmosphere. The data can be provided by a number of different players from research, government, or individual citizens. All these sources must be harvested by the Data Hub. By harvesting, we mean that the Data Hub pulls the data into the Data Hub and analyses the source's metadata, which describes that data. The metadata and the location of the resources are stored within CKAN, but not the raw data themselves. There are several metadata standards which are supported. The simplest is Dublin Core, which is really very basic. Another standard, DCAT, is a step into the semantic web, and it's been made and is maintained by governments. The GeoDCAT AP extension was made by the EU project Inspire, and the output is RDF, which is a semantic web standard. Some metadata can be enhanced locally with applications like eye tagging or usage of a thesaurus. All these metadata can be used by the internal search engine. But how can the search results be accessed? Well, the CKAN internal search engine can be accessed through the normal web interface with any browser. And access from APIs is also possible, so that you can use a standalone program or write your own application. The Data Hub provides a lot of interfaces for access by programs, and individual programs can use several APIs. One interface will provide open search functionality. Others might incorporate other open source CKAN extensions. The Data Hub can make the resources, by which we mean the raw data, available by using metadata and appropriate programs. And what data is searched for absolutely depends on the use case. It's worth mentioning here that the EU doesn't want to only engage the geoscience community. It's also very important to ensure use from citizens, governments, and businesses. And NextGEOSS also supports businesses in finding appropriate business models to make use of Earth observation data. For example, the Data Hub aggregates a lot of available data from the whole complex ecosystem surrounding agriculture. Consultants, insurers, farm machinery manufacturers all may have specific use cases for the data, and the search functionality means that they can easily find the data which most supports their specific needs. Be that an overview of rainfall or temperature in a certain region for a farmer, or more specific technical requirements for a developer building a more specific analysis tool. So we've had a bit of a general and theoretical overview, but let's now turn to a more practical user feedback tool, which is going to be integrated into the portal in the next few weeks. So on the Data Hub, you're able to comment on every data set. This will allow you as a user to add some context which might help somebody else, or it'll allow you to ask a question or to suggest some improvements. Now, comments are going to be integrated with the Nimbus user feedback system, and this means that the comment on a particular dataset is not only going to be available inside the NextGEOSS Data Hub, but also in other platforms of the Geo community. So let's have a look at how this works on the Data Hub itself. So we're on the staging site now. So we're going to select a dataset, and we will select a Sentinel-2 mission. And let's choose this one. So this is a data set with a visualization. Here you can download the data, additional information here, detailing the metadata. We can share this if we like, and here you'll see this button for adding community feedback. And this takes us to the Nimbus system. So you need an account in order to be able to log in. And I think it's also worth mentioning at this stage that for the moment, this only works on the Chrome browser. So we'll just sign in. And now when you're logged in, it's as simple as going through all of the different possible inputs and leaving your comments, telling them who you are, what your comment is about, and you can also give a rating for the resource. Now, once this is created, the data is going to flow through to CKAN, and then your comment will be available on that dataset on the CKAN portal. So this release of the Nimbus integration will be added to the production alpha in the next few weeks. So this was all for today. Thank you for your interest. For additional information, you can look at the NextGEOSS news page, where you'll find information about all the upcoming events and webinars. And if you have any more questions, please contact Wolfgang with the details that you can see on the screen at the moment.